Hey, how you doing? It's Mike from GetYourRockOut, and I'm here in Manchester with one of the members of Walking Papers who are about to blow the stage away. I hope it's going to be a good show tonight. How you doing, man? It's been a good tour so far?
Great. It's been a lot of fun. Just getting started. But we did the whole summer with Alice in Chains, on Uproar in America. So we've been out with them for quite a while now.
Cool. What's it like being on tour with them nowadays? Like the 2013 Alice in Chains?
Well, I think that it's already amazing how many great songs they had, and those last two records I think really stand up. There's some really good cuts on there. Check My Brain and Stone and Phantom Limb and all that. They got a lot of. They have to change it up because otherwise they wouldn't be able to play all the hits. So.
That's cool. Now, Ghost are quite mysterious. Is there anything you could say that could enlighten us, or is they just going to keep it?
Well, the thing is, I don't know anything about them, and it's
neither do we.
They appear out of the abyss, and they take over the stage. They don't seem to have a road crew or I don't know how they. I'm not sure what it is that's going on, but I get a little scared. I try to get out of there before their stage time, just to avoid any kind of conflict with the paranormal.
Okay. Well, there you go. That's the exclusive for you. Let's talk about how did you get involved in the project? How did you come into this group?
With Walking Papers?
With Walking Papers, yeah.
Well, I've known Duff for a long time in Seattle. He's been supportive of some other bands that I was in, Postpartum Depression and the Missionary Position, and he spends a lot of time, divides his time between Seattle and LA, and when he's in Seattle he goes out to a lot of clubs and stuff like that. And when they did the initial auditions for Velvet Revolver, he invited me to come down there and sing, and I avoided the VH1 TV show, and I asked them that if I could not be part of that, which was good because I didn't want my whole career to end up being the guy that failed on VH1. So, and at the same time, there was a lot of blowhards that went with the demos and stuff that they had and played it and got a big Rolling Stone feature, and I still to this day haven't gotten rid of any of the tracks that I did with them. So I think we respected each other and could trust each other, and so we stayed in touch. And then I played some shows in a different band and opened up for Barrett, and Barrett had asked me to start a project with him playing drums, and he was looking for a new singer, and most of the stuff that he has been doing was instrumental. And so after, of course, him playing with Lane Staley and Mad Season and Mark Lanigan and the Screaming Trees, and Michael Stipe and REM, he also played with them, so it was kind of an honor to get to be included in that paragraph, of all the great singers that Barrett's played with, So once we started playing, I was the first guy I knew to play bass was Duff, so I was like, why not? If we got Barrett on the drums, that might be good enough to get him to come down here and do it. And so it worked, and then now we've been doing it for about a year now.
It seems like you have quite a good, select list of guests who have appeared with you, appeared on the album. You want to tell us about some of the people who appeared on the album, what they contributed?
Well, Ben Anderson, who's playing with us now, he plays keys, and he's kind of a Swiss Army knife, and he's been a co-conspirator and a collaborator in the Missionary Position as well, and I really like to have him there because I know he's won't let me he pushes me to my full potential. And then we got Barrett through the Mad Season connection, in Seattle and everything, brought in Mike McCready, and he's also a friend with Duff, and he played on some stuff. And then of course Jack and Dino, which a lot of people think are two guys, but it's actually one guy. It's Jack and Dino. And he recorded the record, and I have done a record with him in the past, and so has Duff and Barrett, and so it was a kind of a Seattle, a conglomeration of Seattle people up there. We also had Jerry sat in from Alice in Chains, sat in with us on a show in Seattle, which people, they never know who's going to pop up. Who knows, one of these ghost guys might pop up on the show sometime. We wouldn't. That would be awesome.
Do you feel that your music then is capturing a kind of classic Seattle sound, or is it taking it a whole new direction?
I think that's it's impossible for us to not have some Seattle in there, and also, the Alice in Chains was the first band I had seen as a kid at the Renton Musicians Hall, so it's like they had a huge influence on me of seeing a local band do well, and go on to have, international huge success. And so, they're a big ingredient in my evolution as a musician, and also the radio that we had in Seattle. Everybody was obsessed with early Black Sabbath, and as well as but punk at the same time, Ramones and Sex Pistols and stuff like that. And so there's a lot of classic rock in there and a lot of like blues based rock. So it's like I don't think I'd be really interested in making music that didn't have blues based stuff in it. I mean, if I was doing electronic music, I think that the blues would find its way to the surface. Can't help it. Yeah.
Well, one thing that I read that was quite interesting, I can't remember who said it, but say that the music of this album explores the dark beauty of the American heart. What do you mean by that? What is that?
That sounds like a Barrett comment, because he's a little more poetic about that, and it's really nice to have him say that kind of thing about the lyrics of the songs. But there's definitely I've always enjoyed kind of songwriters that captured the spirit of the people, the proletariat kind of vibe of what's going on, rather than over glamorizing thing or something. It might be kind of a Springsteen kind of thing, but it's like I kind of think that the working guy is way more heroic than the people that people usually celebrate in songs. So it's like seeing the struggle that goes on in people's normal lives. To me, I find that more fascinating than than if Kim Kardashian has a new pair of underwear out or something. You know what I mean? It's a way, or people celebrate some guy because he can throw a football really good and he was born doing that. But the guy that wakes up every day and has to, empty the grease trap or in the shitty weather, change what the special is on the fucking. Pardon my language. I think that those people need songs.
So is this music then to celebrate those people, or is there a kind of punky edge to it where you're calling for like a change?
I think that's well, there is some songs on there calling for change. I think, if that part, it's like you get into the political part of those songs. It's like I think everybody wants a change, but I don't know that the people that have the power to make the change are listening, and I hope that people don't. But life's so short, we're all going to die anyway, so it's like maybe I think the thing is for people to take, be present and kind of see that their lives are poetic and beautiful, because everybody's lives is unique, and that's in the songs, so like those people and their struggle is all unique, and I think sometimes far more interesting than people with solid gold toilets,
Right.
So.
Well, the album's been out for a couple of months now. Are you pleased with the reception it's got? How do you think it's done?
For me, it's been great. I hope that the record company is pleased with the reception, because I want to keep making them, but it's such a weird time to be making music now. People get their music from so many different sources now. Do they actually go to the store and buy records, or do they just listen to it on YouTube? I don't know. If they come to the shows and listen to it too, I certainly hope that they pick it up, because I think it's a good record, and it all the way through, and it's a good ride, and I think that I don't know. I'm happy as can be. It's like the whole thing is I have to pinch myself every day. I'm playing with one of the best rhythm sections a guy could ask for, and getting to travel the whole world. Playing the songs that we come up with. So it's like I couldn't be more happy.
That's cool.
Yeah.
What was the thinking behind having The Whole World's Watching as the lead single from the album?
I don't know. I don't know that I think that someone thought that the chorus was catchy. You know what I mean? So I don't know if it personally. I think as myself as a musician, and I'm not sure I'll always maintain this view, but I get so close to the songs that I can't really. I don't think I'm the best. I'm not objective. I wouldn't be the guy to choose the single. If that's that. So I don't know. Maybe in the future I'll be more think about that. I never thought about singles. When we made the record, it was really an honest, pure thing, and just some friends having fun. I never even knew if we would play a show. We were just doing it to, make music together as friends, and so.
Yeah. Well, what can Manchester expect from the show tonight?
It's a pretty raw show, and I think that our band has had an evolution from the album. It's like because we started the album and we intentionally didn't play any shows live because everybody records it, and then people's first impression of a song is something that was recorded on a crappy microphone that's played through crappy speakers, and then they think that's what they have an idea of what the impact of your songs are. And since then, our band has when we play live, it's a pretty everything has kind of fallen into its place. So I think it's got a lot of raw, passionate rock and roll energy in it, and at the same time, I think the songs are great. We got an amazing sound guy, and the stages are good, and the systems are good. So it's a really thrill. I think that they'll have a good time.
Cool. You know? All right, we'll wrap this up then. Do you have a message into the camera for all our readers at Get Your Rock Out?
Well, thank you for tuning in to Get Your Rock Out. Thanks for having us. Thanks.
Cheers. Have a good show tonight. Buy the Walking Papers album. It's good.